So my name's Ken Finnan, and my job is to get you past all the exams. And the number one question I get before I do my live, so I'm hoping to save some time and make it less chaotic, is what do I do? I'm taking the test tomorrow or 2 weeks or whatever it is. So let's, first of all, if you're taking it tomorrow, too late, you're fucked. Okay? No, I'm kidding around. Get some sleep. If you're taking it tomorrow, you should not be on my live. You should be getting sleep and you should be going over customer accounts. Literally any exam you take, literally any exam, you should probably read customer accounts. I have crash course videos you can watch, playlists you can watch. Go watch those and get some sleep. If you have a significant other, make sure they do the right thing or ask them to do the right thing. And you don't want to make them do anything, but you ask them. Just massage. That's all I'm talking about. Just keep you relaxed. No fighting, stuff like that. Now, if you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so if you're taking it tomorrow, what are you doing out here? Get off here, click and get out of here. If you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so let's say you're taking it in 2 days. Tomorrow is no testing. It's adding knowledge, reading customer accounts, going over videos, hopefully my crash course videos or others. Bottom line is you don't want to stress yourself out. You don't want to take a test. I'm not a fan of testing. Some people like it. I disagree with it because if you go bad, there's no upside. If it goes bad for you, you're screwed. So I say, don't take a test tomorrow. Take it easy. Around dinner time, you're done. I don't care if you're taking the test at 5 o'clock at night. At dinner time, you're done. Okay? Don't do anything. Again, the night before is always kind of go out to dinner. Don't go, pounding, going fireballs, but just literally go out to dinner, maybe talk to people who aren't involved in it, who don't care about the test, don't want to hear it. You want to do stuff that just relax you. If you have SDC or Notman, they have these little sheets that you can go through. Maybe the day before, make sure you go over it like hot sheets or key topic stuff or crunch time facts. Again, I have crash course playlists, a whole playlist on almost every test you can take. Now, let's say you're taking it more than 2 days out. So what you want to do is within the up to, but not including the last, I don't even know if that's right. The last 8 to 10 days is testing, okay? Before that, you're reading and quizzing and testing, all that. A lot of focus on reading, mostly focus on reading, watching videos, adding knowledge. But in the last 8 days, not including the day before, so whatever that is, so 10 days before, you're going to take tests every day. One test, not two. If it's a 63 of the SIE, maybe you can take 2. But again, I don't think it works so well. Oh, I feel the heat on my back. I really just want to turn around and take a dive. The problem is when I go in there, there's a manatee warning. The boats have to go around me. I have to wear a flag saying manatee, don't hit me, stuff like that. Now, up to but not including the day before the test, you are to take one final a day. Now, remember something. When you do a final, review the whole thing, not just the wrong answers. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of do a triage. There's really 3 or 4 choices. You look them over. If you got it right for the right reason, you're good. Move on. Make sure you read the answer why, okay? 2, if you got it right for the wrong reason, mark that down. You have to review it because if you got it right because you guessed, that's just as bad as a wrong. Almost more dangerous, right? Because you think you got it. 2, if you got it wrong because you misread it, which happens with the Kaplan, Past Perfect, STC, even Achievable, all of them, you can misread it. If you get it wrong because you misread it, but you knew the concept, don't worry about it. The last one is you got it wrong because you didn't know your shit. That you have to review. So really, you're going to have 4 choices, mark them all, and then if you got it right for the right reason or wrong because you misread it, but you understand the concept, don't worry about it. The ones you have to review are the ones you got right for the right reason, and then the ones you got for the wrong reason. The ones you got for the wrong reason. See, when I talk too fast, my brain is here, my mouth is here, and they're not in conjunction. And then ones you got right for the wrong reason, like guessing, and then you got to be honest with yourself. Don't be like, oh, I think I know it. Or the ones you got wrong for the right reason. I guess the right reason to be wrong, you don't know it. If you're starting to memorize questions, buy another QBank. STCS 4 supplemental exams. If you want, buy Kaplan. But again, you don't want to add a new QBank in the last few days. You want to do it out so you can literally get used to the question because you don't want to switch it up the day before. Again, you need to go in there like a badass. You need to go into the test like I'm going to fucking own this shit and you're going to run it, okay? You got to go in there confident. You got to understand that if you go in there confident, if you go into this test as a confident badass, not cocky, confident, I know my shit, then when you see a hard question, you're going to go, oh, I can do this, okay? And you can work through it or even mark for review, shit like that. If you go in there where you're not sure and you're like, oh, I'm afraid, then every hard question is going to look to you like, see, I knew I should have waited. And that's a bad thing because you won't try it. I've seen that so many times where if you give someone positive confirmation of good work, they're willing to work a little bit harder on the question. If you're like, oh, I'm not ready, they go, oh, I knew I wasn't ready. They give up. We don't want give up. We want you to attack it like you know your shit, okay? And that's literally it. You maybe want to watch some of my exam walkthrough videos, join my live, but not the night before. I don't want to see you the night before. I want to see you after you pass so we can play a song for you and blow it out your ass, okay? Good. Okay, everyone, go beat this thing. You got this. I believe in you. I 100% believe in you. And you need to say every morning, get up in the morning, brush your teeth with your offhand, even if you want to brush your teeth with your foot, and keep saying, I'm going to pass this. I'm going to pass this. Say it like 10 times with confidence. Not I need to pass it. Not I gotta pass it. I'm going to pass it. That's your goal. Go beat this thing. We got it, baby.
Just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine.
This going. Let's get this rock and rolling, baby. Let's get this rock and rolling. Okay. We got a new guy. Got my partner on here. Not my love partner, my business partner. Don't y'all get crazy things going on. It's a happy Thursday night. We're talking about this, and tonight's NASAA night. I will let you guys talk about if there's overlap or you want to celebrate that you fucking passed. I'm happy with that. So a couple quick things we got to make sure we got. One, there's lots of free resources. Hold on. I don't want to die. Remember, what's the deal if I die? You got to share this shit so I go viral, at least as I die. Okay, one last time. Now, free resources. We got FINRA NASAA Exam Test Prep Network. That's on Facebook. 7,500 people and growing. So many people on there. I sound like a fucking salesman, but it is awesome. It is great. I mean, everyone on there helps each other out. Like, I am a literal fucking prick. And these guys are the nicest guys in the world. Everyone's jumping on. They got Miles, they got Amy, you got Mike, who passed the 24 finally, after fucking gutting it out and getting his ass kicked by FINRA, and they came back and goes, fuck you, FINRA. He's helping out with the SIE and stuff like that. I mean, so many people have created a community in there. It's literally its own homegrown community. I go on there, I help, I answer questions, but everyone helps each other out. They start study groups, which are awesome. Check out Achievable. I have a link, but don't worry about the link. Just go check them out, achievable.me. If you're taking any of these exams, if you already have something, they're an awesome supplement. And also check out Brandon Rith over at Basic Wisdom. He has some great videos. And Notman is starting to put out more and more videos. Go check them out. Okay, everyone. Dull Pencils, thank you for joining the Options membership. You will not fucking regret it. Now, okay, Jason D. Okay, now, any advice to multitasking being work? So just so you know, this guy's Jeff. He's my friend. He's my partner. We're trying to work stuff out to make it where he can help me keep this organized. Because as I say, I have talent, but I'm not organized. He has a lot of talent, but he's also very organized. Also, one more thing. Remember, I'll tutor you. Remember, series7exam.org. That's my website. But there's another guy, Michael Weiss, fabulous, especially for the 65 and 66. He has a CFA, which means he actually has brains, unlike me. And he's everything I'm not. He's organized. He has sheets and all that shit. He's really good, and he's about half the cost for me. He jacks it up a little bit on the weekends, but that's because he wants to see his fucking kids. Me, I actually lower it on the weekends because my kids want no fucking part of me. Okay, now, let's get into this. So any advice on Jason D? Any advice? Okay. Husband, okay, between the husband, fatherhood, okay. So you're the husband, I assume, okay, because your name's Jason, but I can't assume. Okay, so work, husband, father, studying for the SIE. Okay, here's my thing on this. Fucking suck it up. Just take it. Yeah, I'm just fucking around with you. But here's my thing on this. Just take little bites. Here's the problem with the SIE and these 7 exams and all this other shit. And this, again, you're taking the SIE, but it's not relevant to tonight. But I'm going to talk about the stuff that is relevant. It's like drinking from a goddamn fire hose. It's very hard to do. So you need to break it down into smaller stuff. This is my talent. There's one thing I'm very good at. I'm taking complicated shit and I carve it into little slices, tranches, if you want to say, if you want to be like in a 7-word. And we are going to take it in little pieces. So instead of trying to do everything, try to do like one chapter at a time. Now, the other part is if you got kids, if they're little kids, like little ones, they don't give a shit what you read to them. Read the book to them. They're not going to know the difference. They just want to know that you're here. I don't know my wife, so I hear a lot of barking. They don't care if you're reading to them about CMOs or Dudley the Dragon. They don't give a shit. They want you. So maybe read that to them. Now, if they're older, then it's fine. But just now, the other thing is I say, try to do it in the morning. Like, this sounds crazy. Get up before they get up. Like, study from like 5 to 6:30. Study from like 5 to 6:30. I'm about to throw a fucking shoe at my dog. Study from 5 to 6:30 in the morning and then do work, but then don't do anything when you get home. Try that. Steal times. And maybe at night, just watch videos. Maybe at night, do nothing. If you do an hour and a half in the morning or 2 hours in the morning, don't do anything at night. That's the way to do this. Do it in little bites and try to steal time when the kids are asleep. I mean, Benadryl's the thing. I'm totally kidding. I'm not trying to give your kids Benadryl. I'm just saying, okay, now. Okay. Joey, we made it, baby. I love it. Okay. Now. Okay. David, yeah, we're back. We're right on the right night. The other night I was helping you out on FINRA night. Now it is NASAA night. Okay, here we go. So this is very easy. Everything is ordinary income. When you talk about retirement accounts, everything is ordinary income. Okay, super easy. Now, if it's a qualified account, the money goes in pre-tax, which means it's never been taxed. So when you take it out, you get taxed on every fucking dime. That's literally everything, right? So if you have a qualified account, you get taxed on everything when it comes out. Everything. Every freaking penny at ordinary income, because capital gains is not a thing when you're talking about retirement accounts. Secondly, if it's a non-qualified account, it goes in after tax, it grows tax deferred, and then you pay tax on the growth because you've already paid tax on the contribution. But again, ordinary income. The only place where they screw you up, and there's three things that would screw you up: 529, Coverdell, and a Roth, okay? Those three things go in after tax, but they come out tax-free. So let's go back to this. Qualified, you don't pay tax on the way in, you pay tax on everything on the way out. Non-qualified, you pay tax when you go in, and then you only pay tax on the growth on the way out. Roth, 529, and a Coverdell, you pay tax on the way in, and you pay nothing on the way out if you use it what it's for. But remember, everything about a retirement account is ordinary income. Okay. So, Jeff, you can't scroll through the chat, right? Or you can?
I'm looking through the chat now.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So there's definitely a bunch of questions about comments about people coming up and saying when their exams are. I see a couple of people saying that they've got the exam either today, tomorrow, next day, which should, back to your point, should be resting up and getting ready for the exam.
Get the fuck off my live if you're taking it tomorrow, right? Okay.
Absolutely. I see Beatrice got the test tomorrow. Don't be nervous. You'll get through it. Take a deep breath. Exactly. Do exactly.
If I can pass these exams, you can. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, Christina, you failed. Okay, that's fine. So what are you going to do? It's not a big deal. It's a 30-day problem in a 20-year career, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to take a day or two off if it was today. Then you're going to go back and just go back. Like, it's going back to studying life. Read the book. Like, there was a guy on Reddit the other day. I yelled at him on Reddit, and he took it pretty well. He said he studied it. He used a different YouTuber to study with. But after chapter 6, he stopped reading the book, which is whatever. And then he got a 68, which was close, right? But he still failed. And my line was, look, I'm going to be nice and say getting a 68 with only reading 6 chapters is pretty impressive. But what the fuck were you thinking? You had no respect for this test. I don't care what test it is. If it's a 63 or the SIE, those are the ones that you think you can probably disrespect and pass. You cannot. The 65 and 66, I know everyone on here respects it because those are hard tests, and you know that for a fact. So I know that nobody on here is disrespecting the 65, 66, and they're reading the whole book at all. Now, also remember that for the 65, 66, not the 63, you can come on if you want. I have the membership class. Every Friday night at 6 p.m., we meet. And it's $20 a month, which is a goddamn bargain. It works out to be $8 a class, which I don't know. My wife gets mad at me when I do it, but I'm just that nice a guy. Now, if we do that, right? So if you do that, do not pay more than that. Do not do it on your iPhone because iPhone adds a goddamn 30% on top of it. So just pay the $25, and every Friday night at 6 p.m., we're meeting. Okay.
You might want to go over Josh Becker's question there regarding study guides.
Oh, sure. Okay, let me get that. How far down is that? Okay.
That is,
what does it have a timestamp?
2011, 19.
Okay, got it. Okay. There it is. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to everything else. Okay. Now, is there any study guide you recommend that is more comprehensive? I ran through a study guide and made a flashcard from it. Okay. Okay, so right. So remember something. This is the thing with study guides, okay? Look, I love Achievable. I like if you have SDC or Kaplan or Past Perfect, you're fine. Past Perfect goes a little overboard. I mean, some people like that shit, but I don't know. Some people like Past Perfect because they are overboard, but I'm not a fan of it. Okay. I mean, I like their stuff. They'll get you to pass, but it's too much. Now, remember something. The people on all the vendors, except for Achievable, the people, even then, the people who write the book and the people who write the questions are not the same person. So sometimes they'll go, I know this, I've heard this is on the test, so it works out. Okay. 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 Okay.
And then Christina has.
So the point is, we say it again.
Christina has a good question after you're done there.
Okay. So then we found several quizzes. You found several quizzes. That's fine. Just keep doing quizzes, and you're gonna find it. But go get Past Perfect, STC, Kaplan, or Achievable. Whatever vendor you have, find another one. But again, you're gonna find questions that are not in there. Okay. Let me jump down to Christina. Okay. Okay. I read the whole book. Okay. Okay. Here's the thing, Christina. If you failed, I will not do that for you. Okay. I'm not a fan. Okay. I'm not a big fan of just focusing on the one thing. Because here's the thing. If you failed and then you read the book, the thing that the books the test breakdown doesn't mean anything to you anymore because you're a new person. You've studied more things. I don't know what part of Achievable that covers that. My videos, I think it's a communications video. It's like the second or third video probably. They may cover the communications chapter. My video is good about it. And I only cover what you need to know. But you got to read it again. You have to read that. You have to read the book again. Unless you've read it since you failed, then that's fine. Okay. Okay. Now, let me I'm going to roll through the other ones before I jump too far.
If you go back to Stephanie Brunner, I think she makes a great point.
Hold on. Where is she?
2013.
Okay.
I think it's just a good point to remind people that, go with what works best for you.
Yeah, that's fine. Listen, 100%. If you don't like the 20 minutes at a time, my thing is what I'm saying, little bites, you don't need 5-hour marathons, right? So if you like the 2 to 4 hours, some people do. A lot of people go after an hour and a half, I got a brain dead, right? So here's the one thing. I bet if you do 4 hours in a row, you're not getting as much as you think you are. And it's fine. And everyone does their own thing. But in reality, my big thing is it's like, what's the best way to explain it? I don't think anyone can do anything longer. I mean, nothing you can do for 4 hours is going to be very good. You think it's going to be good, unless you're mainlining Adderall, 4 hours is going to be tough. Okay. Right. So you can do what you want and you retain it. But I would almost do 2 hours, take a half-hour break, and do another 2 hours. But again, Stephanie, you got to do what works for you. Now, before I go back to the top, G Mishra, just go on my website, series7exam.org, and then you do that, and then it's me. I have another 2 to 2 if you run out, if I have no spots. Okay. Now let me get back up to the top.
And hopefully that answers Steck's question also of who should sponsor me for Series 7.
Yep.
Obviously, first the SIE, which you can do without a sponsor.
Yep.
And then, the 7 is the next step.
Okay. So, David, I see you're taking it tomorrow. So watch my crash course playlist, right? Watch my crash course playlist. Then, and then your best bet after you do that is get some fucking sleep. Just watch the crash course. If you've already gone through it and it's later at night, if you're in California, you got time. But if not, go watch. Just watch my 2 quick and dirties, the 63 quick and dirty and the 66 quick and dirty, because the 66 quick and dirty just covers the investment shit, and the 63 quick and dirty covers the regs portion of it. So it'll help you a lot. Okay. We got this, David. And everyone on here, we got 40 people on here. We got 40 people on here. I want everyone to type in the thing, I'm going to pass. It feels fucking good to say it. It really feels good to say, I'm going to pass. I will pass. Not I need to pass. Not I got to pass. Not I hope I pass. Say it. I am going to pass this thing. Now, let's see. Watch this Phoenix rise, baby. Watch this Phoenix rise out of the ashes. Okay. Futures and forwards, very easy. They do the same thing. They are contracts to buy a commodity or contracts to sell a commodity. You are locked in that once you buy that, you can get rid of it. Futures are standardized and traded on an exchange. They're the ones most people do. They're liquid and they're on exchange. Forwards are not. They're a contract with me and you, Phoenix, okay? And if you do a contract with me and I'm going to buy your wheat and you're going to sell it to me at a price in the future, now I'm contracted out. If you want to get out of it, I don't want to do this anymore, I have to let you out of it. If you want to let somebody else take over your contract, I have to be okay with that person, okay? So that's the problem here, is that the forwards are not liquid. They do not trade on exchange. They're not liquid. And you can adjust them. Like futures, it's like wheat's 5,000 a contract. Gold is 100 troy ounces, stuff like that. You don't have to know those numbers, but I'm just saying they're set. Forwards are like, hey, I want to buy like 92 troy ounces of gold. Whatever it is, you can adjust them the way you want, but then they're also not liquid. When something is standardized, like options, futures, they're liquid, or anything on an exchange. Forwards are not liquid at all. Okay. Here we go. Jeff St. Laurent. Well, June Steezy, baby. Okay, and here we go. Chris, I'm going to get to you. I'm almost at you. We got a little celebration to do. Okay. So if you have the 65, yeah. You're running a BD, you'll need the 7 and 63, baby. But here, you got the 65. That means you know enough to pass the 7. If you put, it's like you'll have to go a deeper dive, but nothing new. I mean, maybe some margin math and more options. But if you pass the 65, you have a great, really strong base for the 7. And the 63 compared to this shit is a fucking joke. But don't treat it like it. Act like it's a big ass test. Okay. Yes. And if you get the 7 and the 63, then you'll be both an IAR and an agent, which is awesome. Okay. June Steezy. Okay. Krista. I love it. Let's go with, see if I got a new one here. Oh, here we go.
Look in my eyes, what do you see?
Baby, I gave you Mike LaRosa's song. That's Mike's. He's had that on key. He has had that set up for a year now. But I gave it to you. I'm going to have to get that off. So this way, it's just your guys. Krista, I'm so happy. And she was in the Facebook group, and she was in the Friday night groups, and she's fucking outstanding. She nailed it. Okay. Okay. Do we have an email? Do I have an email for people to ask shit?
Yeah.
What is it? I don't even know what it is. Series 7.
Yeah.
Is it? I have no idea what the fucking is. That's why you're here, right? So is it info at Series 7 exam?
It's.
I have no idea what it is.
Ken Finnan at series7exam.org.
Got it. Okay. Good luck finding me on that one. But yeah, that's fine. Do you see those emails?
I'll make sure I get onto them.
If not, I think we have an info one, but that's okay.
Yeah,
email. That's another thing, guys. You can email that.
Questions.
Once I get it, email questions, and if you do that before the live, Jeff will keep it in case you don't remember, and you'll get priority. Okay.
And if you hear any videos that are mentioned that you need help getting to, we can get you to those videos online and things like that.
Right. So Joe A, no, this is NASAA night. I don't really do options all that much because options are on my Friday night. Now, remember something. My membership for the 7 and 6 and SA 7 people really is we do regular 7 stuff at 7 a.m. and then we do options at 8. Okay. Okay. Wrigley, I don't know what you're asking. Are you asking about the VIX? Did it change? Maybe I missed something. Okay, hold on now. Okay. Beatrice. Okay, we love this. Tomorrow, baby, we're good, right? We're going to nail this thing. Beatrice, we're going to nail this, okay? We're going to nail this. And you know why I know that? Boom, baby. I love it. Okay, back that. I believe you. I'm like a shock jock. I need one of those real boards to do this. Okay, so now. Okay. The only problem is sometimes it gets delayed when I do that shit. See, I'm a little on a lag. Okay. Okay, G. Mishra, I think I just saw you. Okay. Okay, Pierce Brosnan. Okay, now, taking the 65 in 2 weeks, any help to remember Exempt? Oh, yes. Okay, so here we go. So I have a video called Exempt, Securities, Exempt Transactions, but here's the thing, okay? So 1 second. I got a text from my boss meeting. Oh, wow. My daughter is getting her wisdom teeth. That's great. See? Look at that. I just got that text. I don't know if you can see it. She's in there now. Keep me posted, people. Okay. I'll let you guys know what happened. She's in there. Down in Panama City. She hasn't been home in years. Okay. And it's funny. She went down right after she graduated college. She has a couple jobs down there. And she's now fluent in Spanish. Okay. Now, yeah, it's Jim Mishra, 6 p.m. Eastern on that. Now, let's back to you. So this is my ADD kicking in, right? This is where Jeff goes, Ken, shut the fuck up. Now, exempt securities, I always explain it this way. Exempt securities mean that they never have to register. That's like banks, munis, any federal government, like Mexico, yes, Mexico City, no. Any U.S. or Canadian munis, commercial paper under 270, stock exchange stuff, mutual funds. There's a whole list on that video. Those are exempt securities. They never have to register ever. Now, exempt transactions are for like if I issued my stock in New Jersey, I'm just a fucking tutoring company, right? So I don't have any exemptions. I have to register in Jersey. But if I want to sell it in New York or California or Connecticut, I can't unless I register, unless it's sold through an exempt transaction. So I'm not exempt. I'm a non-exempt security issuer, so I have to register. But if I do a non-exempt transaction, I can't sell it in the state unless it's an exempt transaction. So like if the customer calls you, so Pierce, if the customer calls you in New York and says, I want to buy shares in the market, you can let them. Now, remember, in an exempt security or an exempt transaction, you, their agent or the IAR, still have to be registered, but the security won't have to be. So like an exempt transaction is unsolicited or selling to institutions or a private placement, no more than 10 retail, or if a dead person, like an estate or a bankruptcy, or if I sell to my own employees, stuff like that. Those are all considered exempt transactions, which means they're one-offs, which means they are allowed to sell in that instance only, not all the time. It's literally just that instance we can do it. Okay. Now, 1 second. Let me see some video. Oh, hold on. There we go. Now you can read this. You can read the ticker tape. Okay. Again, find my video where I talk about the exempt securities. And that's where we're going to get better at this. When we figure this out, Jeff will be good at putting that video in the chat. Now, I'm making him watch my fucking videos. It's like torture. Okay. Okay, John S., how much of the 7 applies to the 24? Enough. But again, it's a 24 is like think of the 7 as the SIE on speed. The 24 is the 7 on speed because there's a lot more investment banking, more marketing. Yeah, Jeff has this. He's been through this shit. And a lot of it is like, this is the worst part about the 24. It's not that bad. But there's no math, which is good. Like the margin, maybe you do a margin question. But a lot of it is like your register rep screwed up. How do you handle it? And remember, John, this is the one thing. I have a principles class every Sunday night at 6. It's in the membership. It's more because you guys are making big bucks. It's 160 a month or 150 a month, something like that. And we meet every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern. We go over the 24, the 9, 10. It's mostly the 24, but it is what it is. And really, there's only like sometimes there's 5 people, sometimes there's 2. Like I literally had 3 people pass the exam in the last 3 weeks. So this Sunday is going to be like 1 person in the class, if she even shows up. And if not, I get to go home. Okay. Now, so again, there is a lot of overlap between the two. But again, John, come on Tuesdays. Tuesdays is my FINRA night, but I'm happy to talk about this. Now, yes, training consultants is good, but they're a little light on the info, okay? So training, if you need a more comprehensive study guide, training consultants is not the one, okay? I'm telling you right now, they're not the one to go with, okay? So they're good as a supplement. Their questions are pretty good because they kind of mirror the style of the exam, but they're a little, it's like a PowerPoint, the book. Their videos are good. I think it's funny. Tina's voice is like, she knows her shit and it works, but listening to her talk, because she's like, and this is a preemptive share. And she talks really fucking slow. Like my brain shuts off. But a lot of people think when she talks, it sticks in their head because it's so annoying, it sticks. So it is what it is. Kind of like my cursing. You may remember my cursing. Her annoyance may help. Okay. But again, I would think about, if you want to do this, I would think about Kaplan QBank, and Michael Weiss has a link for it. If Michael Weiss has a discount, like you get like 10% off or something, and you can go get to questions. But again, the questions are cheap. Okay. Stector. I have no degree, and if you see any emergency stuff, definitely tell me, Jeff. If I have no degree, who can sponsor? Anyone can sponsor you. So if you have no degree, it will limit who you can go to. I mean, so maybe if you're working at a place, maybe go to Phoenix or Grand Central, Grand Canyon University. They're in the show, but I think you can do online. But they're in the show this year. They have a basketball team. They're going to get killed by, I think, Maryland, but it doesn't matter. By the way, does anyone know where Gonzaga is? That's always a joke. I don't even know where Gonzaga is. I think somebody said they're Rhode Island, but I think they're in Washington now, or Idaho. Who the hell knows theirs? Anyway, go and see. That's my tangent shit. So if you don't have a degree, go. Here's the thing: go look at Edward Jones. I think Fidelity could even hire you. The J.P. Morgans, Goldman's, UBS's, Morgans probably won't. Okay, but you can go to New York Life. You can go to Ameriprise. You can go to Primerica. The problem is those jobs Ameriprise might pay, but New York Life and Primerica, they're eat what you kill, but they do give you support. You can go to Edward Jones. You could probably, if they will pay you, Fidelity will pay you. You might be able to get into Schwab. I'm not sure. You can do it. I just think it's going to be a tougher road. So if you can get into a spot like one of these Edward Jones where they bring you in, maybe a Merrill Lynch will take you if they like you and you interview well as an advisor, maybe a smaller IA. But try to go to school, get a fucking degree. Look, if you don't get it, it's fine, but it will help. It'll haunt you for a while. So I'm giving you some career advice. And look, even if you're fucking 50, go back. I mean, remember something. I got an 83-year-old 2 years ago. She could be dead by now. But I got an 83-year-old to pass the 66. So any of you, I get a lot of, I'm old, I can't remember anything. There's no excuses. If I can get an 83-year-old, and her husband was still a practicing doctor at 90. So I don't want to hear this shit. Okay. Now, Jeffrey Silverman. Okay. Nice Irish name. I'm studying for the 7 right now, and Past Perfect is kicking my ass. Okay. What is the deal? I sound like Jerry Seinfeld. And what's the deal with your options class on YouTube? Okay, so now, Past Perfect is kicking. It kicks everyone's ass. Like, let me explain something to you. I've taken the 7 a few times over the last 4 or 5 years, right? I've never gotten less, even before they stopped giving scores. I never got less than like a 98, 99. Now, that's not a flex, just I should be doing that, right? On Past Perfect, I'm high 80s at best. I mean, literally, like, I could be high 70s, low 80s, mid 80s, because they're so fucking hard. Now, what's the deal with my options class? If you join the membership, there's a couple levels. There's $20, which is low. That's just the options videos. If you do the next one up, $25, you get the options videos plus the 7 class. Or for you guys taking the 65, 66, just do the 25, you get the 65 class. And if you pay $50 a month, you get the 7 class and the options class. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern and then at 8 p.m. Eastern. And you get everything below it too. Try my videos first. Do the options video first. You can always upgrade. Do them. They will blow your goddamn mind. It is so different. I don't use T-shirts. Fine, use T-shirts. I don't give a shit. I don't use them. I think they take too long to learn. My way, you can watch those 4 videos, the first 4 videos in there, and within half an hour, you're like, oh my God, I wish the entire test was options. Okay, so Stector, we got you ready? Okay, SIE, even though it's not SIE night, I'll help you. Not a lot of formulas. For the SIE, remember 2 things, current yield and stock splits. Those are, you ever bite your cheek and then you bite it for the next 3 days? That's my deal. So, Jeff's like, what the fuck? What did I sign up for this? He's like, why did I join this thing? Now, so remember for the SIE, current yield and stock splits, maybe total return. Those 3 are the only ones you probably have to know. For the 7, you have to know more. Okay. Oh, Christina, I love that. The Pomodoro method, right? Boom, I love that. That's awesome. That is great. The Pomodoro method is where you go, usually 20 minutes, but 20 to 30, 40 minutes, and you take a good break, and it's a hard break. Boom, you do stuff. So some people do this with the phone. You put your phone in another room, set a 20-minute timer, whatever. And every 20 minutes when it goes off, you can doom scroll through Instagram and TikTok and watch my videos or watch whatever. Watch the newest high anxiety dance. And that's great. You can just get a brain break. I think that's a great way to do it, Christina. And if you do that every hour, take a good 20-minute break, you can last longer. That's what she said. You can last longer if you take a break every 20-minute break. Okay. That is just wonderful, Vicky Victoria McCrindle. That's a very Christmassy name, I think. Okay, so now I have a video called SIE Math Explosion. There's no platform that does it other than me. I have one called the SIE Math Explosion. I'm going to put it in here. There it is. And I actually, watch this, sir. Okay, there it is. I literally say on it, do not watch this. But it's literally how long is it? It's 50 minutes of just, oh no, it's more than that. It's like, I think it's longer than that. How long is it? It's 45 minutes of just me doing the math problems over and over, Vicky. I got you, kid. Boom. There's that. Krista J. Boom. Thank you for that. Beers on me. I fucking love it. Now in New York, that's like one beer, but I fucking awesome. I got $20 from Krista. Look at that. I am happy as a pig in shit. Okay. Okay, here we go. Where am I? Oh, hold on. Daniel. I can't even say that name. Hold on. So, Victoria, go check that out. Check that video out. It'll help you a lot. I literally just do math for like 45 minutes in a row. Okay. Joe, how do you reach out to me? Well, you can do the email or just post on here or go to my website. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now, okay. I want you to try to say that, Jeff. His last name.
Imitor Behibi.
Maybe. I'm saying Daniel immature. I'm saying immature baby, right? Is that what it looks like it could be? Yeah. Daniel, I'm an immature baby. How about that? And if that's your real name, Daniel, that's awesome. But you must have had a tough time filling out SATs because that's a lot of fucking letters. Okay.
Oh, you could just go Big D.
Yeah, I'll call you DI, baby. Okay, now. Okay. Boom. Hold on. You just passed, right? You just fucking passed it. We can't go without saying some happy shit. Here we go. Daniel. Oh, God, I keep fighting my damn cheek. Okay, now. Okay. Read the chapters. Don't do a quiz after each chapter. Just read the book. Just get through the book. I'm not a fan. You can do it. Listen, you can take chapters. Yeah. Yes. We see. Okay, now, if you read just get through the whole book. You can do the chapter quizzes after, but I'm a fan of getting through the whole book. Don't do quizzes. Then go back and do small little chapter quizzes. It's not going to take that long to get through. Don't take a lot of notes. Do chapter quizzes, and then anything under 70, reread that chapter. Now, here's the thing, everyone. When you review your exams, okay, any exam, when you review your exams, what I want you to do is have the book up in PDF. If you get it wrong, read the explanation and then Control F and look for that in the book and read the paragraph. Because the problem is that explanation just tells you answers that specific question and it may not help you. Where if you do what I just said, read the paragraph, you're going to get a deeper understanding of the shit, which is going to help you a lot. Okay. Okay. Again, Joe A., just go on my website. I think Jeff just posted it. There's my email and phone number. Don't fucking text me. Okay. Okay. Edward, I'll say this again. Edward Jones, maybe. Schwab might do it. New York Life. Ameriprise. Primerica. Primerica won't sponsor for the 7, but they get you started. And then try to do that. Okay. Here we go, baby. Okay, Phoenix, baby. I'm going to help you rise from the goddamn ashes. I'm telling you right now, One, watch my videos. There's none better, right? But here's the bigger one. This is the magic. Fucking Speechify. Get Speechify. If you're having trouble reading, go to Speechify. Okay? Now, it will read you can literally have Snoop Dogg or Mr. Beast or Gwyneth Paltrow read you the book, and it lights up the words as it goes. I've had people go, oh my God, it changed my life. It's scary how good that is, okay? So literally you put it up, you throw your PDF in, I think you can get the app on the phone. It may cost you $15 a month, but boom, it's worth it to invest. So Phoenix, go to Speechify, try it out. I think you can try it out for a day kind of thing, and then you got to pay the $20 a month. Don't do the yearly because you don't need it, because it's like, $100 for the year, but it's really good. It's phenomenal. And I don't get paid by that. Okay. I'm going to pass, baby. Phoenix is going to pass. Gianni. Oh, hey, Ashley, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. You live in a zoo. Happy birthday to you. Okay, now. Pierce is going to pass. Luis. Angela. Yeah, happy birthday, baby. Brittany Maxwell. Every morning, say this, right? I'm going to pass. I love it. We're doing a little birthday. Wish I had a candle. Okay. Jacob's going to pass. Okay. AR, I don't know what you did. You're in a random stream. You can stay here. I don't know. What's going on, my man? You're probably not even here because it's been 20 minutes. But welcome on, baby. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but I think you can. I think you shouldn't, though. Can I do a fixed annuity and an annuity? Hold on. Yeah, because you can do annuities in an IRA. I'm checking right now. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, yeah, well, fuck that. They say you can, but you get to a sales. Okay. Okay. Now, you can do annuities in an IRA. It's an exception because it's not a security. You're right. But you can do it. I don't like them. Here's the thing. You have to make sure if somebody puts an annuity in an IRA, this is the question I've seen. The question I've seen is that you have to warn them there are no extra benefits, okay? That's the big thing. There are no extra tax benefits for putting an annuity in an IRA. I've seen that question every time. So you can, it's just dumb to do it. Okay. 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 Hold on. Zach McCoy. Dr. McCoy. Now, I'm struggling to retain anything ERISA. Okay. A little ERISA. Now. Okay. Okay, here we go. I talked about it before a little bit, so I'll do it again. So ERISA is a corporate retirement plan. It's sponsored by a corporation. Here's the deal. It's pre-qualified, which means the money goes in pre-tax. It grows tax deferred, and when you take it out, you pay tax on everything. That's the deal. You cannot discriminate. Anyone who's full-time, over 21, working at least 1,000 hours, if you offer to one person, you have to offer to everyone who fits that description. If there's a vesting schedule, which means the longer you remember, if they match money, like 401k doesn't have to match what you put in, but they can. Anything they match is their money, but they have a schedule where over 2, 3, 4, 5 years, that money slowly becomes yours. They have to have one of those if they match it. Defined contribution is like a 401k. You know what's going in, you have no idea what it's going to be at the end. A pension is the golden halo. What you want is where you don't know what's going in, but you know what you're going to get at the end, like a percentage. Like my buddy's an iron worker in New York City. He's on the Trade Center, the Freedom Tower, all that. They told him they don't know. He does not know what they're putting in for him, but they told him for every year you work, when you retire, we will pay you $200 a month for the rest of your life. So he knows what he's getting. So if you put in 20 years, he's going to get $4,000 a month forever until he dies. Okay. That's a defined benefit. You know what you're getting at the end. You don't know what's now. Again, defined benefit is better for older people. Defined contribution is better for you people because you're younger. You have more time to grow. I'm not going to go too heavy. I have a whole video on ERISA somewhere. Okay. Joey, boom, get off here. Okay. Sabrina, Florida, baby. Chris Woods, we're back, baby. Welcome back. Boom. Okay. Now, here's the question. Sabrina, don't say I need to pass. Say I'm going to pass. You need to change that right now, Sabrina. I will not accept it. I need you to say, I'm going to pass. Gee, Mishra, I saw that come through. We're going to nail you. Boom. Okay. Here's the thing. What you need to get ready, just come with a list of shit you want to talk about. We'll hammer through it, and I'll let you record the lesson. You're going to nail it. Now, Marvin's channel. Here's the deal on this. This is why it's confusing. If you're a Canadian broker-dealer and your client visits the U.S., you technically only have to do a limited registration. Some states don't even make them register. So again, if it's a Canadian broker-dealer and they're visiting, okay, and they're visiting the U.S., okay, they are, they kind of don't have to register. They do a limited registration. Some of the books say they don't have to register. Some they do. I look on the NASAA website. It looks like they do a limited registration, which is not full registration. But again, if your client moves there, you got to register. Okay. Okay. Taraja, yes, 63, 65, 66. Hit me some questions. Okay. Hold on. Rands. Okay. Okay. Stack I did, but I think I said them again. Okay, now. Love it. I love this shit. Where are we going with this one? I think we're going to Funky Town, baby.
I want to take me to Funky Town. Want to
So I'm just going to say anyone in Jeff's house is probably going, what the fuck is he listening to? Okay. If they walk by his room, they go, what is going on? What?
They never know what they're going to hear. So
Oh, that's true. There you go. Okay. Okay. There we go. So now again, they're not shitty firms, Stack, okay? They're just more eat what you kill. New York Life, Primerica. They do the 6, not the 7. Northwestern. They'll eat what you kill. But if you want other ones, Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab might do it. You're not going to JP Morgan. You're not going to UBS. You're not going to anywhere there unless you know people. Okay. Look, Chris, my Gonzaga comment, they all knew it was in Washington. Look at that. Okay. Now, could you explain how someone when they offer advice for a fee? Okay. That's the thing. So gear grinder. Okay. If I'm an IAR and I fall under the plate exception, publisher, lawyer, accountant, teacher, engineer, plate, PLATE, publisher, lawyer, accountant, teacher, engineer. If they give advice that's incidental, they don't charge for the advice, they don't have to register. They're not an IAR. They gave that exception. But if you charge for advice, if you charge for the advice, if you're a teacher and you charge, like if I tutor people, I give them shitty advice all the time. I'm not an IAR because you're paying me for the tutoring, not the securities advice, right? Like I tell them, please buy NVIDIA because I own it and I need to go up. You can't. By the way, you can't do that. That will be illegal, so don't do that. Now, if a teacher starts charging a separate fee or a lawyer, they lose that exception. So that's the point. The publisher, lawyer, accountant, teacher, engineer is because by incidental, sometimes just by accident, these people will give advice, but you're not, because they say, oh, you have a lawyer, sets up a trust. He goes, these are the things that I've seen a lot of my clients use to put in a trust. He's not charging you for that advice. He's just giving you his unsolicited advice that he's not charging you for. He's charging you for the lawyery part. So then they would be exempt, okay? But if that lawyer said, oh, for a separate fee, I'll give you advice, boom, you're an IAR. Because the definition is giving recommendations as a business. So IA and IAR is giving advice as a business for compensation. That's literally for the IA, but the IAR, you meet the definition of an IAR if you do that. Now, here's the problem. If you're a teacher and you start charging it for advice, you are giving advice, you're acting as an IAR, and if you're not registered with an IA, you are in trouble. Okay.
Ken, there's a good question that was just asked right at the top of the list here. I know you're working your way up.
Yeah.
By Pierce at 204809, and I think it would be good.
I see that. Okay. Here's the thing. I don't fucking know. You just got to do them over and over again, but I'm going to help you out. I do have a video, which is the quick and easy. It's just the regs. So here's the thing, Pierce. Go to my 63 quick and dirty and then find my other quick and easy one. Quick and easy, right? It's a chart with all this stuff. You got to just kind of, the way I do it is, and you watch how I do it on that video, I compartmentalize it. I do the broker-dealer stuff, agent, IA, IAR, and I create, you can even do it on like a Word doc, right? Just have 4, like maybe create 4 different Word docs or one, and put broker-dealer, all the shit you know, agent, all the shit you know, IA, all the shit you know, and IA, just keep it separately. Okay. Yeah. And G Mishra, yes, my Friday class is for 65 and 66. Hold on. Sticky P. Okay. Love it. Sticky P. Get the fuck off my live. Go get some sleep. Watch my Quick and Dirty. Make sure you got the wrist down and go check out. Lon, I love that. Go check out. Make sure you got the investment wrist down. Okay. Gee, it's called Speechify. Okay. Oh, there you go. That's the website for that. Okay, good. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Where are we? Okay, there we go. Okay. Lana, we got this, baby. I am so confident you're going to conquer this fucking test, right? You beat the SAE, you beat the 7, you're going to nail this thing. I know that for a fact. Make sure you watch the crash course the day before. It's like not just my Quick and Dirty. It's a crash course. All high-level stuff that can be on the exam. It's like 9 videos. Help you a lot. Okay. Do I have an opinion? I have lots of opinions. Okay. Look, everyone knows this. I'm the only one that doesn't know Gonzaga's in Spokane, Washington. Probably another place I think somewhat of my political leanings would not do well. Okay. Now, do you have an opinion? Like Portland, I would get killed. Do you have an opinion on cap and STC? Okay. Boom. Brittany, that's perfect. That's what I want. Read the STC, do the cap and cube, and go back and forth. Why? Because then your mind is agile enough to handle different questions. So when you walk into the, I should do this. So when you walk into the test, okay? When you walk into the test, you won't be like, oh my God, I'm not used to the different wording. If you do STC and cap together and you're passing both of them, you're going to walk into the test going, I am ready for anything. Okay. D. Okay, now. Okay, yeah, K, I'll get to what you're saying. Okay, I have a master's. Yeah, Laundry, get this fucking shit out of the way, and then you can start looking. You can LPL maybe, and then try to get to a place like, if you get these licenses, and if you can build up any sort of book at all, I'm not telling you to steal your clients, but whatever. If you can build up any kind of book at all, you can go to Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, and what they do is they have an advisor program where you get a salary for the first 2-3 years, but they expect results. They expect you to grab, 15, 20 million over like 3 years. Okay. Now, the other part of that is when you go, I'm going to give everyone a little advice. When you go to a UBS or a Morgan Stanley or a Merrill Lynch or a JP Morgan or wherever, where you're going to sit under an advisor, right? Find a goddamn team and work for them. It's much easier to make money with a team than on your own. Because what you do is you can say, listen, I'll help you with your shitty account. You tell the big advisor. Like I had one guy, he went to Wells Fargo, same thing. And the guy has like $2 billion in assets. And he goes, I have like 300 accounts that I just can't talk to. So he walked in, he's doing the grunt work. Find a team and you have your licenses, do the grunt work for them. They'll move clients over to your book because they don't want to deal with them. They don't give a shit about them. If they have a $10 million client, do you think they care about the $200,000 one? No, they'll give them to you. So then you get credits for that shit and they'll keep you under their wing. And if you're doing the grunt work and keeping their clients happy, you can build and inherit some of the book. And this way you're getting a salary while you're building your book. And a lot of these guys, if you really work with them well, they'll help you close. That's the thing. They know how to fucking close a deal. I don't know how to close a deal. That's why I stuck in institutional sales, right? So, in trading. So the whole point is that if you go to a bigger place, find a team that they look overwhelmed and say, listen, I'd love to join your team. Let me just come in here, especially while you're under the salary from the firm, because it doesn't cost them anything. And you can help them out and build a rapport and maybe get under their wing. Okay. This mouth is going to kill me. Okay. Now, Lana caught it. Okay. Now, okay. Dividends and arrears. That's what she said. Now, in a arrear, that's like an Italian in your butt. Okay. So now, so if you have what they call a cumulative preferred, what happens is if they miss the dividends for a year before they can pay common, they have to make up all the old previous dividends. So let's say they miss 5 years worth of dividends. Say it's 8%, and it's only for cumulative preferred. Regular ones don't matter. Say it's a 5% preferred. That means they have to pay $5 a year. So if they miss 3 years worth of payments, they have to pay $15 and then this year's dividend before they can pay the common. That's all it is. Nothing crazy. You might have to do math on it. If you're taking the 7, go look at, I have a playlist called Challenging Questions playlist. That has one of those make up the old dividends questions in there. It'll help. And I think my burning math playlist has some questions on that. Okay. Boom, we got it. Just Jay-Z. Okay. Gear Grinder, I know. The only thing is a lot. Here's the good thing is I'm not seeing as many 65, 66 ones. But okay, now, here's what I'm going to say. A lot of stuff on the 65 and 66, the 6, SA and 7, does carry forward the 65 and 66. It'll help you. Okay. Now, yes, so do it on YouTube, not on my website, because a lot of people buy my options on my website, and that's fine. But if you do the membership, you get more. But yeah, if you want to do the program, you want to upgrade, you go into the join button. There's a subscription, which is free, and then there's a join button. Hit the join. If you want to go to my class, now remember, you don't need the options. You don't need this. You don't pay $50. Anyone taking the 65 or 66, go there, hit the join button. It's like $25. If you don't do it through your iPhone, if you do iPhone, it's like $30. And then we meet at 6 p.m. Eastern every Friday. The link goes out around 3 o'clock on Friday. Okay. I plan on conquering. I'm not going to beat it. I'm going to conquer this test. Okay. Boom, you're going to finish it. Stephanie Beckwith. I love it. Okay. I can do resistance and support. So if I have resistance, it's a technical trading term. So if you see a stock going up and down like this, right, you see a range. So if the stock gets near the top, it's good. Like what happens is it's historically, like say the stock goes to 55 and then to 50, then to 55 and then to 50, and then to 55 again. It's created like a resistance point. Now what happens is all the technical traders see then go, oh, it's going to drop again. So they start selling it. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But if it gets to 55, that's resistance. It'll stop it from going any harder, right? Now, on the way down, it's going to go down. So then we get to 50 and then back up again and then 50 and then up again. Up and down, it's going to keep bouncing off 50. That's support, like a support bra or support sneakers. So it holds things up, okay? So the whole point is the support is the bottom and it holds this. So just, you can think of it that way, right? So it keeps hitting the bottom and going up, okay? My wife goes, am I doing my live? Yes. Okay, now, hold on. And everyone is wishing her well. There you go. Now, so resistance is the top, support is the level. Most of the time, you just have to know that it's a technical term for technical traders, okay? Now, other terms for technical: overbought, which is near resistance; oversold, which is near support; head and shoulders; trading momentum, stuff like that. Those are all technical things. Okay. I'm only 10 minutes behind. I always catch up near the end. Okay. Again, Pierce, I think we helped to go watch those videos. Okay. I can do a quick and dirty on that. That's easy. Ready? December 31st. Make it. So it's not that hard. Don't worry about calendar versus fiscal. Remember, licenses expire calendar year no matter what. So if you're a broker-dealer, agent, IAR, or a state IA, your license expired December 31st, no matter what. No matter what, on the December 31st, all 4 of them. Now, the problem with federal covered advisors, they don't actually expire. So they just have to do an annual updating amendment every year, and they can do fiscal or calendar. Don't worry about it too much. Now, the next part of this, okay, is securities re-register on the anniversary date, okay? So if I register my security, Cat's Tutoring, on March 1st, it's March 1st of every year. If I'm a professional, I wish I was, broker-dealer, agent, IA, IAR, it's December 31st at midnight, no matter what. Now, Canadian broker-dealers, it's December 1st, I think, or the 10th, one of the two. Doesn't matter. They're not going to ask. Brittany, that's it. Don't make it harder than it is. Okay. Yeah, listen, my ERISA one, it may not be in the 65. It may be in the 7 one, but it does go. Okay. Now, 457 is an unqualified. Okay. The 457 is unqualified because it's for like police officers, fire departments, shit like that. Okay. Police officers, fire departments, stuff like that. So they can retire at like 50 years old. You know, they put their 25 years in and they get out. So they let them take their money out early without a penalty. Okay. Yeah. So again, this is good. So this works for any exam, right? Look, I mean, I thought I was almost done. Okay, now, this is for any exam. If your scores aren't up, take a week to go back and read. Okay, boom, you got the 86. Go put Kaplan Q Bank. Your scores are going to drop a little bit no matter what. I would go back and reread. If you have the Kaplan book, that's great. If not, go back and reread the lower sections. I'm always a big fan. If you're stuck in a rut, go back. But here's my one caveat to it. When you switch from one vendor to another, your scores will always drop. So why don't you give it a week? Give it through the weekend. So today's Thursday, right? Give it through Sunday. Take 3 or 4 more exams. See if your score starts moving up again before you go back to reading. Okay. I think here's one thing. This is why. This is my big one, Simon. I think STC is better because you can't buy the STC Q Bank. So if you buy STC, read their shit, do their questions. If you run out of questions, you can buy the Kaplan Q Bank. Okay. Now that's the easiest way. If you buy STC, you can buy the Kaplan Q Bank. If you buy Achievable, you can buy the Kaplan Q Bank. If you have Kaplan, you can't buy a Q Bank because they already got it. So that's why I say go with STC first. Okay. No. Mishra, just join. If you join the serious study group under join, that's all you're doing. The link for the Zoom will go out. Make sure you turn notifications on. Everyone who joins, make sure notifications are on because it will go out around 3 p.m. Eastern on Friday, which is tomorrow. And the Zoom link will go out because they change it every week. Okay. Now, this is what exempt securities are. Securities that are always exempt. Exempt transactions are one-offs. This is the way I explain this. This is my analogy. If your friend owns a nightclub, okay? If your friend owns a nightclub, you can get into that club with not waiting in line, not paying for anything, every night, no problem. That's an exempt security. You're always going to get in for free. Maybe notice file, but whatever. Exempt transactions are you got a coupon to get in tonight. And you can have multiple ones, but you're getting in, you need something to get in there. So you need an exempt transaction, like it has to be unsolicited or selling to an institution or something like that. That is an exempt transaction. So exempt securities are always exempt. Exempt transactions are securities that are not exempt, but you get to like a one-off kind of thing. Okay, here we go. CM, baby. Oh, we got a good one for you. Where's my good one? Oh, yeah, here we go.
Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that. Boom, boom.
That's awesome. I bit my fucking lip again. Okay, that's going to happen for the next week. That's awesome. Congrats. You're done. You're going to unsubscribe. We're never going to see you again. But remember, my TikTok, I do a Wall Street wrap-up. Go join my TikTok. Remember, guys, I have a TikTok and an Instagram, both under Series 7 Whisperer. And every few days, not every day if it's a boring day, I do a Wall Street wrap-up where I tell you what happened on the day. It's pretty good. I think it's good. Okay. Yes, Pierce. If you go to Kaplan, go to right to Kaplan, hit the Series 7 or whatever exam you're doing, go up and there's a tab that says Study Tools. Once you hit Study Tools, there's a drop down for Securities Pro Q Bank. That's the easiest way to do it. So if you go to the main side, they make it a little hard to get because they'd rather sell the whole program. So you go to the main test you're taking, hit Study Tool tab, then the drop down will say Securities Q Bank. Okay. Okay. Gear Grinder, what the fuck? You just asked me the whole fucking test, why don't you? Okay, now, I passed Series 7 years ago, then it expired. Yeah, if your license expired less than 2 years ago, fucking get it up and done, right? If it didn't, like, if it's been less than 2 years ago, you can do the MQP to get it back. But yeah, here's the thing. What sometimes FINRA will do, not often anymore, but if you've been in the business for a while, which is only 7 years. So if your license expired within 2 years, they'll bring it back. You don't need to take it. If it was more than 2 years ago, if you take the 24, there's a chance they wait, but a very, very, very small chance. I'm not so sure. But again, if you take the 24, the 7's going to be a joke to you. Okay. Now, so here's the deal. Okay. It's not about inflation. Okay. Chris, I like them. I think they're LP I like. The problem is I'm not a fan of places where it's eat where you kill all the time, but it is what it is. There'll be a lot of pressure from you, but again, it's fine. Gear Grinder, I will get your answer. I just saw this pop up. After this, I'm probably going to head out. Prudential, LPL, I like them both. Some of them are, as long as they're going to give you support, you're fine. Okay. Now, credit spreads. Okay. So credit spread is not about the options. This is about, so can we agree that treasuries have a lower yield than corporates? We can agree. I'm not going to ask you. I'm just telling you. So they do the yield spread. Okay. Okay. Now, if I have the credit, so I show the yield curve of like short-term yields to long-term yields will go up. And the corporate's the same thing. The corporate will be higher than the treasury always. Yield spread analysis is measuring the difference between the two. Okay. So if it narrows, that means people are buying. If it narrows, people are buying the corporates and selling the treasuries because that makes the yields go opposite. That's a good sign that people are willing to take risks. That's good for the economy. If you see weakening, if you see it widening, like the yields on the corporates are going higher and the yields in the treasuries are going lower, that's widening. Widening means weakening. That means people are selling their corporates and buying treasuries. That's flight to safety. I should have said that there. So if you see them narrowing, that's flight to risk, I guess. So you're putting a risk on, you're buying corporates and selling treasuries. If you see it widening, they're selling the corporates and buying the treasuries, and it's weakening. So it's widening. So what happens is if the spread gets wider, the economy is getting weaker. Now, as far as inflation goes, I don't think we have to do that, but let's think about that. So if it's getting weaker, it's getting bigger, that means the economy is getting worse. They're going to start lowering rates, right? Which means that means we probably have higher inflation. I think that's a real fucking stretch on this test to put them together, but I don't think they'll do that. But it does mean that the Fed is going to probably start lowering rates and easing and doing an accommodating policy where they're trying to lower rates in general. Now, if you see it narrowing, that means it's a stronger economy, that the Fed is going to start raising rates and try to make it harder to borrow. Again, just know that the credit spread or yield spread is a difference between the two. If it gets closer together, that's a good economy. If they get wider, it's a weaker economy. That's what you're going to have to know in this test. The vendors, okay. Yeah, they're quite the qualities running into the treasuries, baby. Okay, so now, 6 days out, that's a tough question. Although, yes, if you switch right now, right? Get on there right now. Start doing little quizzes for the first 2 days. It's a tight thing. I'm not a fan of doing it too soon, but I'm worried that you're not learning enough with training consultants. So just when you do it, do 10-question quizzes on the units first, okay? Do the 10-question quizzes on the units first. Then once you're passing them, then start doing bigger, then combine them and then start doing finals. You want them to go back and forth. And remember, as I told the other guy, I think it was Phoenix, or I don't remember what it was. Your scores will drop on Kaplan. They will definitely be lower because you're switching vendors and Kaplan. Their questions are kind of mean. Okay. Not too shabby, people. We got out of this without dying, without anything. Okay. Pretty painless. I got no holes in me and anything. Okay. Okay. A little over an hour. That's not too bad. I told my wife to find out about my daughter. And listen, guys, everyone who's taking it tomorrow, you're going to pass this stupid thing. Now, remember, anyone here's for the SI Year 7, it may not be Tuesday night because I have a lacrosse coaches meeting. It's either going to be Monday night, Wednesday night, or at 9 p.m. on Tuesday night. We're not sure yet. But I'll let you know over the weekend. You'll see the alert, okay? Vicky, Victoria, we're going to get this, okay? Everyone who's taking it, you're going to rock this thing. And I am out of here. Let's go out. Do I still have this song? Yes, we're going to go out on the song of last summer. Adios.
Looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", no eyes, finance, trust fund, 6'5". I'm looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", no eyes, finance, trust fund, 6'5", no eyes, man in finance, trust fund, 6'5".